Welcome to Digital Hospitality. I'm your host, Sean Walchef. This is a Cali BBQ media production. We are in Nashville at the Restaurant Transformation Festival. Restaurant365. It wouldn't be a true show if I didn't have Tony Smith, co-founder, CEO, coming right off of the main stage, right after the keynote. And we were talking about dinosaurs. Why are we talking about dinosaurs?
Oh man, we're talking about dinosaurs.
Marketing department told you to talk about dinosaurs?
The marketing department told me not to talk about dinosaurs, yeah. But you know what? I can't help it. Like Morgan, my co-founder, when he gave his little intro, said he had a boyish passion for the restaurant industry.
Yes.
I think I must have a boyish passion for everything.
For everything.
Yeah.
Well, my son loves dinosaurs. Let's talk about dinosaurs. Why did you start the keynote? What's incredible to me is watching this transformation tour. You know, I was there at the first one at the Wiltern, which was a sold-out event in Los Angeles. We've been to the one in San Francisco. We went to the one in Austin last year. Where every single time it keeps getting bigger and better, and the leadership, the amount of people that are in these rooms, it's humbling as a restaurateur, but it's also inspiring to sit with these incredible people that want to learn more, that want to improve their business.
Yeah, I am amazed at the group that we have together. It's really a powerful feeling in there. And part of what's amazing is we have over 16,000 restaurant locations represented here at this show.
It's amazing.
So, yeah, it really feels pretty incredible. And so why did I talk about dinosaurs? Not because the restaurant industry is a dinosaur. It's actually charging forward. But what I was talking to them about is the exact opposite of that, is not going the way of the dinosaur, right? We talk about asteroid that hit and extinct so many species, but there were also a lot of species, something we don't often appreciate,
yes,
that survived at that same time. And so the key is, why did those survive? And I really dug into that and helped liken that to the restaurant industry and how restaurants can take a lesson from some of those species that were prepared, that were wise, and that survived.
So earlier today I had the Stern brothers on from Suvice Hospitality Group in Miami, and they shared a story that when they first opened up their restaurant, I believe it was 12 years ago, they went to the National Restaurant Association show, and they walked into this tiny little booth that was Restaurant365. There was a couple guys in there, and they had the specific need, this accounting need, this finance need, that you guys not only solved, but they're here speaking. They're here speaking, and Restaurant365 has grown. The first time I had you on the show was 3 years ago at the National Restaurant Show. You shared with me how far back to those early days, now to where you are. How does it feel to have customers that have been with you on the platform to see the change, but also sustainability?
Yeah. It's a full circle moment. To have these customers stay with us for so long is not one stagnant solution. You know, we continue to add to it and we continue to grow our solution because there's no way someone who joined us 10 years ago could still get the exact same value, right? Because the industry changes and the same way our product does. And it's so fun to see all these groups evolve with us. It's great to see them open new stores, which is so common. And it's interesting. You think about us 3 years ago when you talked to me. We are 6 times the size we were then.
That's crazy.
So, it's wild
how many
just how much things
have?
continue to change. About 1,000 worldwide.
1,000 employees. And you're opening offices where?
So we've got offices in a couple countries, but I don't think about it as opening offices as much as hiring people because we're generally a remote policy.
Yes.
Yeah. But in every state, basically in America, I think there's one state maybe we don't have an employee in, like North Dakota. So we got to go get someone there.
Somebody in North Dakota, if you're listening, Restaurant365 is looking for you.
Yeah.
So what's on the roadmap? What can you share with our audience? What are the plans for the future growth?
We have a lot of big things at work, and one of the exciting things we're doing is really focusing on our product in pillars. So we, over the years, we've developed so much that we've ended up now with, I think, 23 different products.
Wow.
And so it's too many for each of them to individually get the type of love that you need to give. And so now we're putting them into groups or pillars of products and putting a GM at the top of each one, so a general manager. And with that type of leadership, we're really investing in the leadership behind our product. And it's now going to take these 4 pillars and really blast them out. And so, just to name what those are is accounting,
yes,
which for us includes the fintech elements like AP payments and AP automation. We then have workforce management, which is scheduling, training, task management, all the things that the employees are doing there. And then we have payroll, which specifically is getting people paid, HR product. And then we have, lastly, inventory and sales, which is really around stock counting, as well as managing the daily sales that are coming in and the till counts and the deposits and everything else. So that's how we're looking at it now.
How do you guys keep adding more impressive talent to an already talented roster?
We do. We have a great team. That's one of the things that I love about shows like this is we get our people together, and there's not often, because we're not in office, that I even get to see a lot of these people in action that work for Restaurant 365. Yeah. And so it's such a pleasure to get here and be with them. And I think there's an energy here that then causes more to join, and they bring their friends, and there's a little bit of a gravity to it. And we happen to have quite a bit longer employee average tenure compared to the average tech company. And so that's something that we really invest behind.
Do you have any mentors that also are at 1,000 employees, 2,000 employees, 5,000 employees?
Yeah.
What do you ask them?
Yeah, I do. There's people who were at 1,000 employees back when we were at 90.
Yeah.
That I used to chat with, and now they're at 6,000, and so I can't catch them. They continue growing, but it's great because then they've already paved the path ahead every single time. They've learned some lessons, and so I'm a huge proponent of tracking people down and chatting with them. I try to learn from every interaction. I hope there's something I take from our conversation today.
Where did you learn that curiosity?
That's always just been a part of me. It's the same reason I talked about dinosaurs here today, or that I was actually obsessing last night about how Mount Everest formed and why. It's the tallest mountain in the world, or why Death Valley in California is the lowest place. It's nonstop. I love to learn.
Tell me about some of the things that are happening here today. Like, one of the things that I am so grateful that you guys, we have this partnership, is that I know as a restaurateur how hard it is to get out of our restaurants, and I know that not every leader can come to an event like this. You guys have made this event very accessible, the fact that you do it regionally all over the country. But for the people that didn't make it here, what kind of lessons do you want to share with them, things that you've taken away? Just in the brief day that we have a full day of programming tomorrow too, which is awesome.
That's right, yeah, there's 2 days worth, and some of the key points that we've hit on so far, in my message, of course, I talked about being prepared and being agile and some of the things that a restaurant can do to be that. But then there's been some other great messages around having the right people in the right spots with the right training, and they went through what that means. What does the right mean? That was a great message for me that really stood out. And then we have a ton of breakout sessions where they're hitting how to hire properly, and then they dive into the details just on that one. And there's a number of topics that we're hitting one-on-one like that. And then tomorrow's a full slate again. So what I hope is that people take notes, because it can be kind of exhausting to take in that much information at once. But if you note it down, you go back and digest it over 2-3 weeks, and then I think real change can happen. And that's really the thing I'm hoping most, is that people will actually add value because of this event, right? Not just that you'll come and learn or that somehow we'll grow a little bit more. It's about, can we add real value to restaurants and restaurateurs' lives? My favorite thing probably that I saw was the session. We had 4 different customers up there on stage, and each of them chatted about a different thing they're doing with our system that is game-changing. And some of them actually said something like, it changed my life, and It was a wild feeling. One of the things they were talking about it by name, like that name was a real thing. But that's something that I wrote 9 years ago and named myself. And so I felt kind of weird, like, whoa, that's a real thing, and that name lives on, and it's actually mattering. It was kind of a moment, kind of blew me away.
That's incredible. So, Restaurant 365, please go to the website. More importantly, come to one of these shows. These are so accessible. I mean, the things that I've been able to learn just having breakfast and having lunch with the people that I got to sit and, sit somewhere different, right?
Yeah.
Talk to somebody that you don't know, because the person next to you might own 400 restaurants and you would have no idea.
Yeah, someone here owns 1,200. So.
1,200 restaurants. It's absolutely incredible. But Tony, we're going to put links into the show notes so people can follow you on LinkedIn, connect with you, connect with the team. If you guys want to reach out to me, it's at Shawn P. Walchef, ShawnPWalchef. Any parting words of wisdom for the industry?
Parting words of wisdom.
Or a dad joke?
Yo, I've got so many of those. Yeah, someone stole my antidepressant pills. I sure hope they're happy. I don't know. I guess my parting words of wisdom are, don't go the way of the dinosaur,
yes.
right? Be prepared so when the asteroid hits, you can already be adapting to the new way of life.
The persistence. I think one of the coolest things for me is the hospitality that runs in the DNA of everyone, not just in the halls as your customers, but also your team.
That's right.
Your team has been grade A. We are grateful for the opportunity, and we can't wait to see what you guys build next.
Awesome. Thank you for the time.
Appreciate it. Thank you.